Two behemoths, DC and Marvel, have been fighting a war for decades. This battle has torn friendships apart and even turned masses of people against credible review sites. With comic book movies being boom at an all-time high, television series have also risen to take their place, showing off more heroes in a smaller budget. While Marvel has so far done better on the big screen, DC has taken up the mantle of television dominance. It has also outshined Marvel for several years, and with the competition increasing, it's a good time to look at the reasons why that is. Familiar characters. Because many of Marvel's biggest characters are also tied up with movies, they have to rely on somewhat unknown superheroes like Cloak and Dagger, Inhumans, and Runaways for their projects. This can hinder rather than help Marvel in the long run. People tend to prescribe to something familiar, and when superhero shows are dime a dozen now, they will likely avoid the ones that they are familiar with. Right off the bat, you have characters like Green Arrow, The Flash, and Supergirl headlining their universe. Once people see a yellow bolt of lightning, they know that Barry Allen is surely close by. Same with Question Mark and the Riddler, Ha 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 and the Joker, etc. The heroes for DC shows are recognizable and give a level of familiarity that motivates people to watch the shows. VFX, cinematography, and setting. Unfortunately, the problem with most Marvel shows is the period setting, VFX, and color palette. If we talk about particular shows like Inhumans, Runaways, Luke Cage, etc., the effects and setting aren't anything vivid. I mean, even Arkham Knight had better graphics than the Iron Fist. The colors pop and go dull or desaturated according to the tone of the shows. If you have watched the Invasion crossover, you will remember the heroes all standing next to each other, all of the different and bombastic costumes on display. The right colors stand out and make it much more appealing to the eye. The show that does this the best is easily The Flash. Having different speedsters with different lightning is a colorful treat for the eye to see. Also, for the show Gotham, Crescenta Notarile got nominated for an Emmy in Outstanding Cinematography for transforming New York into a pre-Batman Gotham, gritty, imaginative, and visually stunning. Their own universe. While I heavily appreciate how every project they put out is all connected to the MCU, that does come with its own set of issues with limited scope for characters. For example, we'll likely never get to see Spider-Man hanging out with a Daredevil because he's tied up in the movie department. In the same way, we'll never see Thor help out the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for obvious reasons. You get the point. This is another trope that DC avoids by separating their movie and TV universes respectively. I mean, there is scope for improvement obviously. It still works to the benefit of the shows that they are ultimately different. This gives the writers creative freedom to build the Arrowverse and the Batman universe however they want, with whatever plot points they feel are necessary, and use whichever DC characters they want to. Frequent crossovers. One thing that makes comic books so special is how characters often cross over to the other books. This has brought some of the greatest team-ups of all time. Apart from the Defenders, Marvel hasn't really established this in their TV shows, which is quite a shame. Who wouldn't love to see Daredevil pop in with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Jessica Jones working with Black Widow? Whereas with DC, if you want to see Green Arrow team up with Flash, Supergirl and Citizen Steel, or Flash and Arrow, you got it. Because the shows are all connected, the writers love to have the characters cross over numerous times. It is significantly meaningful to see how the shows make reference to one another and can cross over in each world. Availability. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Punisher, Luke Cage, Defenders are all good shows and remain true to the characters they're representing. However, you're out of luck once you realize you don't have a Netflix subscription. While the shows are available on Netflix, that is not the only way you can watch them. You can purchase them or record them with a DVR. The best option is to go to the CW website or download the app, and you'll be allowed to watch past and current episodes of each show for free. Comic connection. Although Marvel puts modern spins on classic arcs that we know and love, a lot of the magnificent events and joy found in the most comics are absent. While the Arrowverse started out all gritty and modern, it has since felt like a comic book at every turn. The writers aren't afraid to give the characters bright costumes, which are almost perfect adaptations of their comic counterparts. They don't shy away from using crazy villains like Gorilla Grodd or the Trickster or the Ragman. Talking about this, how can we forget to mention the greatest comic accurate moment ever, which was the Invasion crossover event? Fan demands. Despite our qualms with certain Marvel projects, we haven't seen any big changes that indicate that they are listening to the fans. Instead, they always have a plan they want to follow and just go with it, come hell or high water. While they have proven to be effective with this method, it gives a sort of disconnect between Marvel and their fans. Fans demanded that Oliver and Felicity begin a relationship, and we all remember those dark days. However, we wanted to see Arrow return to its roots. We also asked for Legends to dump a lot of the unnecessary relationship drama. We asked for more Vixen, and we got all of that. Fans also helped save Gotham by getting it renewed for a 5th season. It feels like the writers are actually hearing what the fans have to say and altering the stories as a result. The Multiverse. It is nice for Marvel to have all the connected properties, but at the end of the day, there is only so much they can do, and they will never be connected to past live-action shows like Lou Ferrigno's Hulk and more. That's exactly where DC swoops in and gets a one-up on the rival. In the season 2 of The Flash, they sent Barry to other dimensions. As he traveled, we got pictures of various other realities that gave connections to Supergirl and the old Flash TV show starring John Wesley's ship. By taking this approach, DC has established a connection to other shows and leaves the door wide open for all kinds of crazy crossovers. The possibilities with the multiverse open up so many possibilities, including them adapting something like Crisis on Infinite Earths. Stunt work and choreography. Let's be honest, Daredevil has the best choreography of any superhero show in my opinion. Period. However, there isn't much to be said about others like Iron Fist, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Luke Cage, etc. A lot of times the choreography seems to be going through the motions. Then the stunt work also isn't much to write home about in regards to some of the shows. Again, Daredevil takes the cake here as well. The reason I bring up this point is so that we don't confuse the superb choreography of one show with the choreography of all of them. DC, while they have struggled in the past, has since upped their game in regards to the choreography, particularly Arrow and the newly released Titans. The fight scenes feel much more real, and seeing the Green Arrow take on multiple bad guys is as fun as it used to be. Even the Flash and Black Lightning make excellent use of the speed powers to enhance the fight choreography. It's not better all the time, but when placed against every show Marvel has to offer, it just edges out. Effective storylines. Unlike Marvel, who always play it safe with the storytelling, except for Punisher and Daredevil, DC chose telling the stories that they want to. The best example of this has to be Gotham. The story grips you with its compelling overarching theme of identity. These characters don't know who they are, and we are embarking on a journey of self-discovery with them. There is intrigue and mystery around every bend, with each episode filling in a blank and shining more insight on these heroes and villains. So just because Daredevil is one of the greatest shows of all time, does not mean that you can simply write off DC. Their partnership with the CW has led to some of the most entertaining comic book shows of all time, with even more on the way. And with the rise of superhero movies and television shows, it seems that this feud will be going on for a long time thanks to the passionate fans of either side. Since the emotions run rampant, and in the end, it's the well-being of the fans that pay the price.